Today we are going to look at theme in the grab and go on page 10. For theme, we have one secure skill. Use details in the text, including how characters respond to challenges to determine theme. And developing, we're explaining how the theme is developed over the course of the text, including the relationships to characters. The theme of the story is the underlying message in the story. Many times it is confused with the main idea or the summary of events. Main idea is what the text is about, generally referring to an informational text. A summary is a short restatement of what has happened in a story or informational text. The theme is an inference that is related to the underlying message or a lesson in a story. Theme is not directly stated but is implied. The reader must think about the character's experiences and choices to infer the theme of the story. There may be more than one theme in a story. So an example mini-story, which we've used before. Nick got the skateboard he asked for, but he felt very frustrated when he kept falling after a few feet. This looks so easy, but it's not. I have no skateboarding skills at all, he complained. Even though he was frustrated, he kept trying each weekend. Every Saturday he got further down the street before he fell again. By the end of spring, Nick was able to skate all the way around the block and was even able to go as fast as his brother running the dog, on downhill slopes at least. So I'm looking at some different main themes, and these are not all of the themes, but it's a good place to start looking at themes. What Nick is showing is perseverance, which is where characters keep trying even though they are challenged. And a story that we'll read for 5th grade that matches this theme is Lunch Money. So we have these characters, something is challenging them, like the skateboarding was challenging Nick, but they keep trying. So continuing, I'm going to do the whole bottom row first. I'm going to go backwards and do kindness. So a story that has the theme of kindness, in it the characters learn how powerful their thoughtfulness can be. Horton Hears a Who would be a good example of a story that teaches kindness. Over here with honesty. Characters learn what happened when you lie, or the power of truth. So The Boy Who Cried Wolf is a story about someone who lied repeatedly, but it does teach honesty because there was a negative consequence for the boy who cried wolf. In a story that's teaching cooperation as the theme, characters learn how much better things are when they work together. So Stone Soup is a story of cooperation. Acceptance is a story where characters bring in a character that is different. So Wonder is a story that looks at acceptance and how characters can make friends with someone who isn't the same as them, and it ends up being a positive thing. For courage. Courage is when the character faces something that they fear. Call It Courage is a good story to teach courage. And we do need to be careful with the difference maybe between courage and perseverance in terms of, we can say, well, it takes courage to keep trying, but that really is more in terms of perseverance. So courage is something when there's actually a fear, something that's scary, not just something that's hard. Loyalty. Characters stick by one another no matter what. Charlotte's Web would be an example of loyalty. And the final theme that we're going to look at as one of the big 8 themes would be compassion. Characters learn what it is like to walk in someone else's shoes. The Sneetches would be an example of a story that teaches compassion. So I want to use these 8 words, the acceptance, courage, loyalty, compassion, kindness, perseverance, honesty, and cooperation, as we read more stories throughout the year to give us a solid idea on them.